Are we good to go?
I'm good over here. Am I booger free?
You are booger free.
Yeah,
Greg,
booger free?
Greg, we've
We're
migrated to another booth, and I think it's the Wright booth, isn't it?
It is
Yes,
the
sir.
exact right booth.
I like it.
So,
I like it.
So, we appreciate you having us here. How's show's going well so far?
Yes.
Great prayer breakfast.
It was awesome this
We were
morning.
just talking about that.
You want to pitch
absolutely
that
awesome.
there for a second,
next
Jake?
year?
You're part of the Prayer Breakfast Council. Why don't you let the listeners know what's coming up for next year, too?
Yeah, so this morning we had an awesome attendance.
It's great.
I think our count was at 360. This has been an amazing way to start the week. Just, a lot of the people that go to that event are competitors on the turf here on the show floor. But you put the swords down and we come together as one faith-based community. And this morning was awesome. Great way to start the week. We had the opportunity to announce next year's speaker, which is going to be Willie Robertson of Duck Dynasty
It's a
fame.
heavy hitter, godly man, too.
Yeah.
So that's going to be I can't wait. I'm counting down for that already. But now we get to have fun here at Equip Expo.
Yeah.
And we get to interview the man who eats, sleeps, and breathes Wright mowers. And guys, a lot of guys know about your mowers, but let's just hop kind of right into this here. We got about 12 questions here that we'll kind of fire through here. Hold on, I got to fix this here. Here we go. Yep, that's basically it. Okay, so for those who don't know, Jake, give us a quick background, okay, of Wright Manufacturing. How did you guys become, a big name brand in the commercial mowing industry here?
Yeah, so Wright Manufacturing is based in Frederick, Maryland, and that's where Wright actually started as a lawn care company.
Oh, wow.
So in the early 80s, they were a commercial cutter. They used to use belt drive walk-behind machines. And
Really?
a big thing with the Wright organization was they were focused on productivity. And when the belt drive gave way to hydro walk-behinds, now the operator could no longer keep up with the machine. So the bottleneck was now the operator.
Interesting.
So what Wright first invented as they got into the manufacturing space was the Velke Sulky, which we've got in the booth over there.
Sulky. Oh, yeah.
That you can attach to a walk-behind and
was
now
yours.
be quicker. Yep,
I didn't realize that.
That was with the Wright brand, Velke Sulky. And from there, what they did is they transitioned where now they're going to combine these two technologies together to invent the stand-on mower. So, most other brands here, they came out with walk-behinds and riders, but Wright was the opposite. They came on with a stand-on as their first machine and then backed into the ride-on market later on. So.
Was the standard, were you guys the first with the standard
Yes,
then?
sir.
Or you were?
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Yeah.
Wow.
They essentially, I guess, created the standard through the birth of the sulky, kind of, right? Okay,
Yep.
wow.
The sulky
crazy.
and the walk-behind kind of just merged together and a standing lawnmower is born.
Wow.
Yep.
So you've seen some tremendous. We've talked about
Why
that.
don't you touch on the stand-ons, Greg?
The stand-on growth has really been taking off.
Oh, for
and
sure.
Who did I talk to recently where they said the standard market? Who were we
Scheffler, I
talking
think,
to?
Ron
Was it
Scheffler.
Ron? But somebody said the standard market is now much higher than the rider market. Not in terms of volume, but
in terms of growth, for sure.
percentage growth.
For sure. I think OPEI, I want to say the number's maybe like 80% riders, 20 stand-on, and that number just continues to shift.
Okay.
The stand-ons continue to eat. They're still continuing to eat more than anything walk-behind business. Walk-behinds continue to tick down. Just the productivity that you get on a standard versus a walk-behind. But, what's so great about stand-on mowers is they're small and compact, but they're still powerful enough to go eat big acres.
Oh, it's great.
I mean, on average, you can fit 3 stand-on mowers in a trailer where you could otherwise fit 3 sit-down machines. So if your crew's optimized
Saving
that
space.
way, oh yeah, you can get after it for sure.
Yeah.
So, Jake, the Standard ZK, it's a legend kind of here in the commercial mowing world. Why is it such a standout mower for these commercial guys here? And apparently the latest gen has brought updates like Engine Guard and the Air Pre-Cleaner.
Yep.
And how they've responded to that. Like, what makes the ZK so great?
It's an absolute tank of a machine.
Literally.
I've enjoyed getting to spend some time on that unit, and this goes a little bit to all the stand-ons, but especially with that machine that we're looking at right here, you just become part of that machine. And it's got high horsepower. It's just extremely durable, big capacity pumps. And one of the greatest things that's really part of the Wright ethos and DNA is the fact that it's pretty maintenance-free. I mean, you're looking at the standard engine oil, air filter. You're looking at the hydraulic changes. No grease points on here. Because ultimately, if you look at Wright, one of the big things that we like to focus on is the fact that this machine, you're not just buying a machine, you're buying the total cost of ownership behind the machine. So
that's nice.
By not having grease points in there, you as a commercial cutter, you don't have to decommission that machine for a period of time, and throughout the life of it, spend anywhere from $500 to $700 buying grease, paying the labor to maintain the machine with those grease points. It's just a rock solid machine. And when we went to that Gen 3, really what Ed and the R&D team did is they looked at the highest selling parts, the highest warranty rates that we had over the years, and said, how can we address this and make it better? And that's what they did.
How are you able to not have to do the grease points then when everybody else is doing it?
There are a lot that don't as well, but no. We spec them a little bit more aggressively, heavy-duty bushings or bearings inside of some of those components, and it's designed into the machine.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. And this is the 61.
This is the 61. ZK is going to have a 52 or a 72 inch as well.
There you go, Greg. We get a 52 with a big 40 horsepower engine on it.
I'd love to sell you a 72. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, the 52, I've been using a 52 just recently. I have a 61-inch Bobcat.
Okay.
But I've been looking at I've been testing a 52, and I really like I like the size of that. I was really surprised at how much I was going to like that.
Yeah.
So, but you guys already have do you have all three with those?
Yep.
With this
in
right
the
now?
ZK. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And then some of the other models you can get to smaller capacities like 48s, 42s, 36s.
So speaking of the other models, great transition here.
Hey, there we go.
The standard LG recently came out, correct?
Yep, 2 years ago.
This is a new one here, okay?
Yep.
They claim it returns to Wright's roots. Simple, durable, built for efficiency here. Why did they create this model, and what kind of operators get in the model? Like, what's it geared towards?
Yeah. So there was a gap, a pretty big step up when you went from a standard X. I'm just looking around the booth.
Yeah.
Went from a standard X to a ZK. Price gap, but also performance-wise.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the things I do at Wright, I focus a lot on national account sales. Guys buying hundreds of units a year, and we're trying to make sure that somebody in Maine has the same experience that they have in Texas. And a lot of those customers really like that standard LG for the fact that it's a plain, simple machine. It is back to the roots. With the ZK as an example, you see that engine raise and lower with the cutter deck.
That's
the
nice.
LG, it's built into the frame.
Oh, okay.
You're going to still have an extremely low center of gravity with a low-mounted battery, transaxle design. You got the fuel tank underneath the tower. The LG is really, really good with those fleet guys for its pure simplicity that it has. You got a guy that the maintenance man or gal has to maintain 12 units, 13 units on the weekly rotation, and they can go and just boom, 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 do all the blade changes, do everything they need. It's just very wide open and easy to work on.
Okay. It's a neat looking system. I like the bagging system. Tell me a little bit about that. How well is that designed for you here, and how well is that working?
Yeah.
The bagger's awesome. So, historically baggers you didn't really see on stand-on machines.
No.
That bagger is the exact same bagger that'll go on our riders as well. All you have to do is change some pulley setups.
It is nice. Greg, right? Yeah.
Yep. So, in theory, if you had it on a ZK and you wanted to put it on a ZXT, it's a matter of getting a new pulley set up and away you go. But 3 capacity, you can fit a lot of grass, a lot of leaves in there. Horizontal blower on the side, so you can see that it comes out a little bit. And what's happening is you see some in the industry will mount their impeller vertically, and what's happening there is that the clippings and the debris is coming in, and then it's getting rerouted. With that horizontal design, it's just going straight with the flow, up into that tube.
When we're
and
doing the wet
bags.
leaves, and trying to mulch some of that, this probably helps with that clog and that discharge. I'm really impressed how they have that bagging system. You can just put that right there on a rider. Not a lot of companies do that, right?
Yeah.
They don't retrofit them like that. Why?
Why not?
Yeah,
I don't
why
know.
not?
That's a good
Jake,
question.
you have any idea of, or why did Wright do it like that? Just for reliability and brand faithfulness, though, too. They want guys. Hey, Wright's got this set. I have the ZK. Then I want to go to the ZXT. I'll just take that bagger and put it on over there.
Yep.
Yeah, it's nice because if you think about that, I've been using the rider. I really want to switch to a stander. I've been really enjoying that, but I got to keep my rider because I've got this bagger already.
Yep.
And so I'm kind of stuck, and I got to go out and buy another bagger and everything. So that's a great idea. The impeller, I find that interesting. You had talked about that with the different setup that yours is vertical, you said?
Horizontal.
I'm sorry,
vertical
as
mounted,
opposed
yep.
to the vertical. Okay.
Yep.
That seems to make great sense. And again, how come people are doing the other way still?
You see it both ways in the industry. Some of the advantage that you get when it is a vertical mount is that you can tuck that machine in a little bit closer. So this one naturally is going to likely stick out a little bit farther. So that's some of the trade-offs that you'll see.
Okay. So you almost have a 72 or ballpark that turned into a 72 when you put that out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
But also, if you look at it, if you were to take that bagger off that machine and put a standard discharge chute on, it's not much. You're testing my spec knowledge here, but it might actually be just a little bit
Greg always gets
less.
these like stumper questions.
So, yeah.
Forgot to warn you.
That's all right. I'm here for
We
it.
said
you
no
gotta go back
gotchas
and
now.
look.
Now
Yeah.
Greg's slowly getting
I'll
you
pull
with
that or
the
the R&D guys if I need some
with the
help.
gotchas. But okay, so
Yeah.
Wright, we're known for the standards here, Jake. Okay, let's
Yep.
touch on this ZXT because it's a full sit down, zero turn. They call this a powerhouse. That's a tank over there. I really have no use for the Rider. I'm all about the standards now.
Yep.
But what led you guys to build a model like this, and then how has it been received by the fans? I mean, I'm sure guys love them.
Yep. Well, Wright as a whole is one of the big missions that our marketing team is really trying to focus on is redefining ourselves as both for dealers and customers is we're not just your stand-on mower solution.
Sure.
We're your commercial mower solution. We're one of the only brands, if not the only brand in this building where all of the mowers we produce are commercial use mowers. We don't have any ride-ons that don't have a ROPS.
Is there no residential?
No residential in this lineup. Sure, we have customers, residential homeowners that buy our machines.
I didn't even think about that.
We're
Wow.
all purely focused on the commercial rider. And when it comes to the riding portion of the lineup, that's just to help better serve the customers because not everyone's just running purely stand-ons. You get some of those big properties, huge acreage, and it might be tough to stand all day. I'm one that would love to stand all day.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
comfortable to me. I
Greg-
like when you can move
Greg
that
will tell you.
body to be part of your suspension. But
I feel like the riders kind
those
of
riders are awesome.
Like hurt my back and my hips over time. Greg, you never tell him. Greg, you never liked the riders at all.
No, I didn't. I borrowed a rider from a buddy of mine one time when I had to take my walk behind in, and I just didn't like it. I just didn't feel comfortable. I found it tiring to have my arms stuck out the whole time when I was trying to go forward, just going back and forth. I just found that a little bit tiring as well. I'm thinking, I can do this, and I'm good to go.
It's a preference thing for a lot of people still too, and if you look at the industry as a whole, the industry is still predominant, as we said earlier, still predominantly riders.
Yeah.
But I think it's changing though. Got the revolution coming here.
But you guys are. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're good.
Okay, you were. You said you guys are really known for your ride. What's your stander versus rider? Is your market share? Are you still 80-20 or do you like 70-30?
We're
or
still
what?
predominantly a stand-on company, but it is starting to shift, especially, and maybe I'm stealing some thunder and we'll
Go
toss
ahead
some
and
of
steal
it.
it.
But our ZTS, the unit newest unit we're showing this year is another rider. So
we're touch on that a bit.
We're giving our dealers and our customers a way to get into the lineup without stepping up to a ZXL. We're giving dealers the tool to be able to bring customers in maybe a little bit earlier in the evolution of their business. If you look at like the stand-on mower portion of lineup, the Standard B, that's really focused on those part-timer or somebody that's just getting into the business without having to go way up to an X or an LG.
It's still affordably priced, but it's an absolute tank though too. Like, it's a smaller tank.
That's the one I got at home. I got a 48B at home, and it gets the job done.
Okay.
So to pivot here in the transition, the autonomous standard ZK, our buddy Cameron Duncan, the Lawn Care Life
ready.
Mo Zuri has it.
I love talking autonomous.
We got to touch on this.
Yeah.
Can you walk us through how it actually works out there in the field? Because Cameron has posted videos, and I can pitch him. He's a solid guy with it. He'll be sitting there in his truck eating food, Greg, and the mower's just going. He does his
billing sometimes.
He does his billing, and the mower's just going. Now, walk us through what was the brand? I think you're the first that really did the autonomous, right?
Yep.
How did this come to be? It's fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. So it's an awesome solution, and both dealers, both commercial cutters, labor's a big challenge to find the labor you need to grow your business, to just power your business even, let alone grow sometimes. And that is a machine that's really helping cutters answer that need with labor. You're not necessarily replacing labor. You're giving the labor you have the ability to be more productive because that machine's going to run on its own, technically, but you
worth
still
every
need
penny.
somebody to supervise it as well. So when you buy that machine, you're buying the mower, but you're also buying the robotic human that's operating as well.
We as a solo guys, we need it because like Cameron, he's integrated this and he does supervise it, and it's able to handle tasks. It's able to see objects there in the grass too. But aside from Cameron's feedback, what are the feedback like have you gotten on it?
Yeah, so
guys?
just the productivity that it can bring. Let me first maybe take a step back and give you the quick elevator pitch of how it works. So essentially what you do when you pull up to a job site for the first time, say we're going to map this booth. We're going to pretend this booth is 10 times the size that it is. But what you're going to do, you're going to position the mower in the corner, you're going to have it on manual mode, and you're going to start mowing the outer perimeter. And then you close that gap, and now you've defined the space in which this mower can work.
Okay.
Now, say we're on a soccer field complex, and we got some soccer nets that are permanent, maybe some park benches on the side. What you're then going to do is you're going to take the mower, you're going to go over that, you're going to have that same map loaded, and you're going to add a no-go zone, a keep-out zone.
That's fun.
And the mower can navigate around that if you don't do that. But by pre-programming that in, now the computer on the machine knows that every time I come up to this point, I'm going to just go around it. It's going to do it a little bit more efficiently. Once you have the property mapped and it's done, you grab the remote control, kind of looks like an Xbox controller, step back at least 6 feet from the machine, you hit the mow button, and that's going to start going at it. And then you can be on another mower. If you got this huge property, you can basically say, hey, you work east to west. I'm going to work west to east, meet in the middle. Otherwise, like Cameron, you can go do billing. You can grab a weed eater and a backpack blower. You can grab a smaller mower like a Stander X and do some of the detail work. You're really just buying time back is what you're doing.
It's incredible, Greg, isn't it?
That's really amazing to be able to do that. So 6 feet, curious, is that social distancing, or is that, why do you have to be 6 feet away from it?
No, none of that. So if you look at the machine, there's 3 cameras on the front and 1 in the rear. Okay. And that's just for an obstacle avoidance setup. It's not a safe thing if you're walking up to that or somebody's walking up to that. So it's to make sure that, if what's happening is if Ken over there, we're driving up to him, the computer's saying, is this a stationary object or it is a moving object? If it's a stationary object, the machine's going to cut off. Or there's also a mode where it's going to kind of start dancing based off of where he is. If you happen to get too close, boom, it cuts it off.
That's crazy.
If it's a stationary object, now it knows it's slowing down, and then it's like, okay, I'm going to navigate around this and continue on the job.
How many lawns can you program in? Is it
infinite?
Infinite.
So essentially, that soccer complex that we just pretend to map, next week, you just have to show up, pull up your phone, load that map, and away it goes.
Okay.
Naturally, it's going to always set the lawn up to be the most productive cut. So it's going to be the longest stripes, least amount of turns.
Okay.
Now what you can do in the app is you can say, hey, this is a soccer field. Now I want to cross-cut it.
There,
you can pull the app up
and
and just change the degree to do a cross-cut. You have some people that'll just save 2 maps where they'll say, hey, this is soccer complex even week, this is soccer complex odd week.
Wow.
And they just load it up, and you have infinite maps, and it's with that machine for life.
Okay. Generally, is this on? You're going to use this on a larger, okay? You're not going to use it as because I get beds in some of mine that are so close.
Oh yeah.
I don't want the thing running over.
Yep. You're going to be looking for a lot of the times. We'll see customers that'll do smaller, but if you can get a acre of property or more, that's better. A little bit limited. It's going to be better. It's going to improve the quality and the efficiency and ROI that you see with the machine.
Okay.
This is saving us money here. So, Jake, as we kind of wrap it up here, we have every major brand on here now offering a stand-on mower. What keeps Wright Manufacturing ahead of the pack here?
We compete against ourselves a lot.
Yep.
One of the things that really resonated with me, I used to compete against Wright, and when I joined the Wright squad and sat in my first product
Wright
development.
Squad, right?
Yeah, there you go. The puns for days, right? But when I sat in my first product, we'll get a few more in. I know we're running out of time, but we'll get a few more in.
That's right.
But when I'm in some of these product development meetings, what really gets me energized is we compete against ourselves.
Sure.
It sounds counterintuitive, but we look at part sales as a failure to the customer.
Oh, yeah.
If
you're trying to make this better.
If you have to sell them a part, that likely means that customer had to decommission that machine for a period of time, and they had to go get it fixed. So whenever we look at the Standard B, the X, the LG, whatever it may be, we look at what has happened in the previous year
Sure.
and when a next gen, or if we do changes on the fly, how can we make this better? And I think yes, we pay attention to what's happening in the industry, but by competing against ourselves as well, we're holding ourselves accountable to make sure that whenever the next person comes to buy a B or a ZK, they're continuing to get a machine that's taking leaps and bounds forward.
That's a beautiful note to kind of end on,
Yeah.
and we should even take that principle with our lawn care businesses too. It's like, hey, I mean, we want to strive to always be better and give God the glory there too, right? You want to make sure you're doing things the right way. So, Jake, thanks, man.
I appreciate it
for walking us through.
Thank you.
Right, and
Thank
what do you
you.
guys real quick? What are you unveiling this year at the show? Is it that
the
rider over
ZTS
there?
is our big unveil. That came out we usually do our new product announcements a little bit before Expo.
Okay.
That's the new thing. We got a few minor accessories that we have on display as well.
Yeah.
But that's the big mamma jamma for us this year.
ZK, what's that running? You get fully loaded. What's a ZK running?
It depends upon if you're looking at fleet programs. You're going to be MSRP in the 18K range. There's promos, fleet promos.
That's with the baggers?
With the baggers, that's going to be another 3K or so, 3,500.
Okay. All right, that's not bad. That's actually pretty good. Didn't
There you
you
go.
have one on your Xmark? Didn't you sell your used bagger for?
Sell my used bagger for $2,700. That's basically what I bought it for.
Yeah.
And you're selling it for $335.
That's a very fair price on it because these.
So you're saying you have room for another mower right now? We're going
I
to
kind of want to get it right. Send me a
this.
demo. I'm going to have to pull
right,
Cameron Strings more to get it. I just wanted to demo it. Just demo it for like a long season, beat it to death. Right. That's
What's
what
that got on it? What's the engine?
That's got the 40 horse Vanguard on it.
There you go.
Oh, man.
So it's got some power for sure. It's going to eat through some wet spring grass or the thick bladed fall grass.
Yeah.
And,
Awesome.
yeah.
That's nice.
Well, Jake, thanks again, man.
Hey, I appreciate it. This was fun.
Sweet.
Enjoy the show.